You survived the 2-week wait. You analyzed every line. You refreshed your email 100 times. You got the call with your first beta number. Your heart raced. And then you held your breath until the second one doubled. This wasn't a surprise. This was a hard-won victory. You're pregnant. And if your first thought wasn't pure joy, but a shaky whisper of, "Now what?" Please know, you are not alone. Pregnancy after fertility treatment is different. It's layered, complicated, and often feels surreal. You're standing in this in-between place, no longer the fertility patient who's waiting and hoping, but not yet the carefree, normal pregnant woman everyone assumes you are. It's a transition that few people talk about, and it can be disorienting. So, in this video, we're going to talk about what makes this journey unique, both medically and emotionally, and how to begin gently shifting from fertility patient to expectant mother, because that's who you are now. Let's start with the part that feels most familiar, the medical side. In these early weeks, you're still very much under the care of your fertility clinic. You're still a patient, and that's actually a good thing. It means you're being closely supported through this incredibly delicate transition. First up, beta HCG, or what many of us call beta hell. You already know this drill. After your embryo transfer, or IUI, your clinic draws blood to measure your beta HCG. That's the hormone your body produces once implantation happens. It's the number that tells your team, and you, that this pregnancy is real. Then comes the next number, and the next. You watch, obsessively, as it doubles, or doesn't, every 48 hours. For most women, this is just a medical process. But for those who've been through infertility, it's emotional whiplash. Every lab result feels like another judgment day. Here's what I want you to remember. Those numbers are just one piece of the story. A slower rise doesn't always mean bad news. A perfect doubling doesn't guarantee peace. You've been trained to find safety in data, but now your body is doing the work for you. You can't control it, and that's the hardest, bravest part. Next, the medication, the progesterone, the estrogen, the patches, the shots. You might be wondering why you're still giving yourself injections or using suppositories when the pregnancy test is already positive. Here's why. In an IVF or medicated IUI cycle, your body sometimes needs help maintaining the pregnancy until the placenta fully takes over. The placenta becomes the hormone factory, but that doesn't happen right away. So, for now, the clinic is helping your body bridge the gap. Most women stay on these medications until around 9 to 12 weeks of pregnancy, when the placenta officially takes charge. And yes, it can feel strange to still be treating a pregnancy you've already achieved. But this is your version of normal. It's part of what makes your story uniquely strong. Then come the early ultrasounds, the famous viability scans. This is where things start to feel real, and also terrifying. Around week 5, your clinic may schedule the first scan to look for the gestational sac, that little black oval on the screen that means your baby has found a home. By week 6, they'll look for the yolk sac, the baby's first source of nourishment. By week 7, they'll hope to see a tiny fetal pole, and if you're lucky, you'll see the flicker of a heartbeat, that breathtaking, blinking light that feels like the whole world just stopped for a second. But let's be honest, these appointments can be torture. You may shake on the way to the clinic. You may hold your breath until you see that flicker. You may cry, from relief, or from fear, or from both. That anxiety has a name, scanxiety. It's what happens when your body remembers every heartbreak that came before this. You've been conditioned to expect bad news, so it's hard to let good news in. Please hear me. This is not your fault. You're not negative or ungrateful. You're protecting yourself in the only way you know how. Infertility teaches us caution, not optimism. But this time is different. Your body is doing what you prayed it would do, even if your heart hasn't caught up yet. Let's talk about the emotional side, because this part is just as real, just as important, and often just as confusing. When you get pregnant after IVF or IUI, joy and fear often arrive hand in hand. You want to be happy, but you're scared to be. You want to believe, but your brain keeps whispering, "Don't jinx it." You might avoid telling anyone. You might keep your pregnancy tests tucked in a drawer, unable to throw them away, but afraid to look. You might not feel pregnant yet, just suspended in cautious hope. And that's okay. You don't have to feel pure excitement. You just have to keep showing up. Then there's the identity shift, one that very few people prepare you for. For so long, your entire world revolved around fertility appointments, injections, retrievals, and transfers. You knew your clinic staff by name. You spoke the language of lining thickness, trigger shots, and beta numbers. And now, you're expected to suddenly think in baby names and nursery colors. It can feel like you've lost your community, the people who understood the heartbreak. You don't quite fit in with infertility groups anymore, but you also don't feel like you belong in traditional pregnancy spaces either. You might look around those cheerful bump forums and think they have no idea what it took to get here. And you'd be right, but you're not behind, you're not broken, you're simply transitioning from fighting to receive, to learning how to hold. That's a big shift. It takes time. And then comes the big milestone, graduation day. Usually somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks, your fertility clinic will release you to a regular OB/GYN or midwife. For most women, that's a joyful rite of passage. For you, it can feel terrifying. You're saying goodbye to the team that walked with you through every heartbreak, every blood draw, every tear. The people who called you with updates, checked your levels, and knew your story. And now you're supposed to walk into a new office, maybe a stranger, and trust that they'll take it from here. It can feel like you're being pushed out of your safe zone before you're ready. But here's the truth. This graduation means your pregnancy is stable. It means your clinic is confident that your baby is growing exactly as they should. You've outgrown constant monitoring because your body is doing it right. That's a good thing, even if it feels like freefall. And when you meet your new OB or midwife, remember, you get to bring everything you've learned with you. You are not a high-maintenance patient. You are an informed, empowered one. Ask for reassurance. Request early appointments if you need them. You've earned the right to advocate for your peace of mind. Now, let's take a breath together. You have been a patient, a scientist, and a warrior. You have endured procedures, hormones, needles, heartbreak, and hope. And now, you are being asked to do something entirely new. To trust, to let go, to simply be. That can feel impossible, but it's what this next chapter is about. You're not fighting anymore. You're nurturing, you're growing, you're becoming. You don't have to enjoy every second. You just have to let it happen. Here's what I want you to hold on to. This pregnancy is not fragile because of how it started. It is precious. Your body is capable. Your story is valid. And your joy is allowed, even if it comes in small, quiet moments. You can love this baby fiercely while still being scared. You can cry with relief and worry in the same breath. You can protect your peace. Say no to things that trigger you, mute baby announcements, skip showers, and still be a loving, hopeful mother. There's no right way to feel after IVF or IUI. There's only your way, and it's enough. You have fought so hard for this moment. You have earned the right to exhale, even if only for a moment, because this heartbeat, this new chapter, is yours. You've made it here, and that's extraordinary. Please remember, I am not a medical professional. This video is for informational and supportive purposes only, and is not a substitute for advice from your medical team. Always consult with your fertility clinic and doctor for personalized medical guidance. If you are a warrior mama pregnant after treatment, I would be so honored if you shared a small piece of your journey in the comments. How many weeks are you? Or if you've already graduated, what was one thing that helped you through the anxiety? Let's fill this space with the hope we all fought so hard to reach, because this community understands every injection, every tear, every triumph. You are not alone. You are pregnant, you are brave, and you are exactly where you're meant to be.